First, intermittent leave and time off tracking. One of the trickiest types of leave to navigate for employees, HR, and payroll alike is a leave where the time off being taken occurs intermittently. An example of this would be an employee who needs to take several days off, but spread out over a year for something like chemotherapy treatment. Someone going through such a significant life event needs to feel at ease and confident that they're getting accurate pay and benefits reflective of their leave schedule. Furthermore, they'll want to make sure that their manager and employer are informed of exactly when they're at leave at work. Of course, it's just as important that HR and payroll know precisely when their employees are at work or taking care of life so that the appropriate teams can take action on the information in other systems like HRIS or payroll systems. Any ambiguity around time off tracking for intermittent leaves makes it too cumbersome for HR and payroll to accurately ensure that their peoples are getting pay and benefits reflective of the actual days that they're working and when they're taking time off. Here's how has made tracking time for intermittent leaves easy and straightforward for all parties involved.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha Gardner. I'm a product manager here at Tilt, and today it is my pleasure to share with you our new time off calendar functionality. I'm currently logged in as an employee taking an intermittent leave. As this employee, I'm going to click to the time off calendar. On the time off calendar, I'll see my currently published leave time as well as the ability to add a leave date. If this employee adds time, let's say this employee knows they're going to be out Monday the 27th for 8 hours, they can save that time. That time will appear on the calendar with this orange block and look as though it is pending. The Tilt Leave Success Manager will need to actually go through the flow of publishing this time. And once they've done that, the employee will see that time as published. An employee may also edit an existing block of time. So let's say actually my procedure got moved. They can save that to be able to shift that time around. Additionally, the employee can also delete submitted time. They can say, I no longer need to take this time off and delete that previously submitted time. Again, we're waiting on the employee's Leave Success Manager here at Tilt to go ahead and process that time. And once they've done so, the deleted time will be removed and the edited time will be published. When an employee is on a continuous leave, they'll just see the ability to edit their leave start and end date. So they can come into this calendar and they can click to add, to change the date of their existing leave. And then if they do something like bump up the start date or bump out the end date, we let them know that they're changing the date of their leave, which may impact their leave and benefit eligibility, and also reminds them that if they need to submit documentation before returning to work, that that's required regardless of when and how they change this date. This employee can submit this change with some additional notes like baby arrived late, which babies tend to do, click submit, and then once their Leave Success Manager processes that published time, the employee will be able to see that time, that new time as published and green on the calendar. This update to time off submission also comes along with some nice HR functionality that helps HR better understand the status of a leave. So here on the Leaves tab, when I click onto a leave, I'll now see a new leave flyout that shows me the leave start date and return date, along with the time off that is scheduled within that leave and the status of that scheduled time off. So this is a continuous leave, and I'll just see my time off scheduled dates, which match the start and return dates. If I click into a leave that is intermittent, so Heidi's leave here, we'll see the start date and end date being, or the start date and return date being the dates that Heidi is approved to take a leave. And then within that time, we'll see each individual scheduled block of time in this flyout and the status of each of those blocks of time. I'll come in here and I'll actually export this report to show you some improvements that we've made to the actual leave data export. It's good for you to know that the leave data export is also pushed to SFTP daily. So if you are someone using that feature, you may get that report automatically in your SFTP. As HR, when I go to open the leave data export, I will now see my continuous leave as one line on the leave data export and any intermittent leave as multiple lines on this file. The leave start and end date are the range of the approval window of the leave, and then each individual time off start and time off end date is its own line contained within the leave start and end date. So I can see that Heidi Smith is taking 3 different pieces of time off in conjunction with a single leave. You'll also see the number of hours that are being taken for each block of leave time. And for tracking purposes, or if you're ever wishing to write this back to an HRIS system, you'll notice that the leave IDs for this leave all match. So we know it's the same leave where there are 3 blocks of time off taken. And then for this continuous leave, I'm seeing just the leave start date and end date, which match the time off start and end date, and the total number of hours of leave hours taken during that continuous leave. That's it for me today. I'm really excited to get this feature out there. We hope that you'll consider signing up for our beta for this feature. Thank you so much.
All right, welcome back. As you can see, it was important to us that intermittent leave tracking within Tilt promote employee self-service and make things as simple as possible for employees on intermittent leaves, giving them the flexibility and control to easily communicate with the necessary parties when their periods of leave are occurring. HR will now be able to simply log into Tilt and see an accurate picture of who and when a leave occurs. Payroll can simply and easily resume payments with confidence, knowing that our reporting accurately captures who is on leave and when. Being able to easily track time off will improve Tilt's ability to manage intermittent leaves, create a better overall user experience for employees, HR, and payroll, and will allow us to support larger and more diverse customers as we continue to grow.